Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Leah and I'm a collage artist. One of the most important things you can do for your small business, your art practice, yourself, is making a vision board every single year. I've been doing this since 2017 and I find it to be one of my favorite things to do at the end of the year or the very beginning of the year. A vision board is a visual representation of the year you want to have. So we're going to work on getting your goals set, finding images, putting together a board, and then making sure that it reflects the year that you want to have next year. After spending a full year doing something or working towards something, it's good to reflect on where you are with it and how you can push yourself farther in the next year. I'm always looking for ways to push myself in my art practice, in my business, and definitely in my own personal life. So this is a great way for me to combine all three or do them separately if I want them to be in different places. In the past, I've done this in January as one of my first things that I do, but this year I really wanted to try it in December. Although I'm going to be making mine, I really hope that you can participate if you're watching this video. Maybe watch it once through and then go get the materials. So before we get started, there are some things that you need. So let's send you on a scavenger hunt around your house. The first thing is a substrate for your vision board. So make sure that this is something bigger than an 8.5 by 11. Now, because I only have vintage magazines here, I'm actually gonna run to the store and get some like newer magazines. I find that they're like way more helpful when making a vision board because they have like relevant things. I'm also gonna ask you to get some scrap paper, a pen or pencil, anything that you can just like write on. If you like sticky notes better, that's fine. Just any sort of paper as well. Now, I'll give you a sec to run around the house and grab those items, and then I'll meet you back here. Before we get started, I want you to set the scene. Turn on a cozy fireplace channel, put your favorite tunes on in the background, or something that's more ambient so that you're not getting distracted. Get cozy, make a tea, have a little blankie on you, and just snuggle up and think about this. If it's not too late, you could plan a vision board night with your friends. I think that would be super fun. I've definitely done that for a couple of years now and it's been amazing. We all make our boards and then we present them to each other and share our goals. So part one is goal setting. I would love to use the word manifest, but I don't really believe in manifesting too much. I'm sorry for those of you who it works for. It's just one of those things that I feel like for me, if you have the ideas, of course you're gonna do better, so that's why it works. So I want you to take some time to write down some things that went well this year, things that you wanna have happen next year. This could be like how much art you made this year, maybe a personal goal, you got your steps in, maybe a business goal is you got the sales that you wanted, or maybe you figured out some things for your business to make it more efficient and run smoother. This list could be like 20, 40, 50 things. It's okay to have a ton of them. It's everything that you really appreciated. Maybe it was getting to see your friends more and you did a really good job at like not spending as much money as usual, anything like that, like anything that was like a real win. Maybe you went to a really cool restaurant, maybe you went to tons of cool restaurants, for example. This whole section is about your celebration. And the next page is going to be your please improve column. Or page, depending on how you do this. I would recommend making it long as well, as many things as you want. Don't go too negative on yourself with it, but it's just about the constructive criticism pieces, things that you really want to improve. One for me, for example, is that I worked a lot on things solo. This year, like I did some collaborations, but I would love to, form a community, and my goal for this year was to launch like the Discord channel, for example. For me, I work so much alone and I'm doing so many videos and stuff, and I really want to form that community, so that's definitely something I'm going to be having on my 2024 mood board. Okay, now we have our lists. That's very exciting. This is where I like to break down these things into goals and actionable items. So within those lists, if you have the 30 to 40 things, maybe you can figure out if there's some different themes in there. Maybe there's some that are really standing out to you that you want to grab. So just take a highlighter or circle the ones that really matter to you. You can make more than 3. I just feel like 3 is a very reasonable amount to start on. Once you have them selected, you're going to go and make 3 actionable items to get to that thing faster. So why don't we use the Discord example for me? Mine could be community. The first one would be launching the Discord server. Second one would be making a video to promote it and show people how to use it. And the third could be like promoting it on Instagram in my email list. Or let's think of a personal example. Maybe you want to see your friends more often. Maybe it's brainstorming ideas for something that's a reoccurring event. For example, playing on like a sports team together or a book club or those types of things where you know that everyone has that in their calendar way in ahead so no one can drop out. Maybe the next one is you taking a little bit of more initiative or hosting something, for example. Maybe the last one is shifting other priorities to put this first. So for example, if you have some other things that always get in the way of it, what is that thing? Maybe you love it, but sometimes it's okay to scale that thing back so that you can make your other goals work. We have our goals in order, we have our actionable items in order, we're feeling good. There's nothing worse than feeling stuck, and I feel like doing actionable items make you feel a lot better, like immediately. So I hope that you can feel some relief off your shoulders. Now it's time to flip through your magazines. This is gonna be one of the longest parts, of course. Go through them, and this time you're going to make sure that the images are intentional. Usually with collaging, we can be like, oh, that's a cool photo, but these need to relate back to your goals. We're going to be looking for images that represent the things that we're looking for, right? So maybe it's that you want to make big moves in your career. Maybe you find like a big wave or a stepping ladder or steps, just like anything that's like upwards, you know, like growing, etc., butterfly, whatever it is. You're going to make sure that that has some representation and you remember what that meaning is when you put it into your collage. Collage vision board, I'm going to use them interchangeably. And you need to be very intentional. This is mine from last year, right? And I put all these images up here just because I liked it as a background, but I ended up actually like going to Thailand because, you know, maybe that's because I did that. These images feel like Thailand. It's so funny. Make sure that you're extremely intentional and that they don't have other meanings, for example. Obviously that was a happy accident. Very happy, wouldn't take it back, but you need to think about the things that they mean. For lots of book reading, for example, I just made them into like flying butterflies basically, and I tried to put a butterfly so it was like I was growing through literature. That one I definitely feel I did a lot of. I made a tiny little thing for cooking. I wish I'd made it bigger because I don't think I really did as much cooking as I really wanted to this year. I had a door, but I didn't really explain why I wanted a door. I just said like opportunities, so I think it's good to be like more specific in those things. And I guess I put Amelia Earhart thinking that it was going to be more about like, you know, being the first or achieving a lot. But then I ended up going on planes a lot and having a lot of travel. So maybe that like subconsciously snuck in there. So I'm gonna give you some time now to flip through some magazines and make sure that you find a good range of things. Look for wording, quotes. You could even print things off from the internet if you have photos on your Pinterest board, for example, or write out some of the quotes with your own handwriting if that feels more personal for you. You could also bring in photographs if you wanted to run to a place to get your photos printed, for example. Maybe there's something specific that you did this year that you're like, I need this on my mood board. I want to make sure that it's there. Now you have all the things you want. Now let's find a hierarchy of those items and make sure that you have enough things. Also, sometimes you're going to have too many things, so what's priority for you? And we also might not have enough backgrounds. So while you were looking, hopefully you found some pieces. You need to be intentional with your backgrounds as well. So make sure that the background, if it's a big blue sky, that aligns with something that you want to do. Or if it's a beach or something, make sure that aligns with it as well. Or a close-up, whatever it is, just make sure that it aligns with your idea and that it looks good. Again, when placing things, we want to make sure that the hierarchy is there. Make sure that the most important things are the biggest things if you can, and the less important ones are smaller, because I do think that will have an effect on them. In this, I hope the design rules also apply to your creation, where you have lots of contrast. I know it's a little bit less predictable, but you can work them all in and hopefully make something really beautiful. In this part, you're gonna wanna take your time, see what's working, maybe throw on some music, make a really happy environment. The creation phase is definitely the part where I need a little bit more concentration. So I'll go away, you can pause the video here, and we'll get to the sharing part at the end. Okay, so at this point you've maybe finished your board, or maybe you're getting close to it. I hope that you were able to figure out what you intended to do this year. Maybe it helped you solidify some things. Maybe it helped you push some things out of your life. If you want to share your mood boards, you can definitely throw them in the Discord channel. I'd love to know if our boards had some similarities as well. I think that would be really cool to see. So I hope this video was helpful and intentional. It gives you some clarity on what you want to do, and sometimes when you're feeling helpless and a little bit stuck, it's nice to have some direction. To be an A++ student, I've done this in the past, is buying a frame that you can put it in to put it on your wall. I think it's good to put value on this thing, and so having a frame with it is an extremely great thing to do. Your mood board should be somewhere in your home that you're going to see almost every day. I recommend above your desk, for example, if it's work or small business related, or art related, for example. If it's for personal, maybe it's in the mirror or in your kitchen or somewhere that you're just gonna see it more regularly, even beside your bed potentially. I hope that yours is looking beautiful and that you are able to achieve everything this year. You all deserve it, you're the best, so I really hope that this year, 2024, goes incredibly for you. I really hope that this was helpful.